I made it. Hi, everyone. This is Tammy Lee coming live. We're actually live now. I've been working for the last 40 minutes on figuring out why things were not working. My camera on my other laptop would not connect up. And anyway, we're here now. So that's what matters, right? So I just have somebody else that wants to join our group. So I'm going to go check on that, who that is. Nicole. Okay, let me approve her. Okay, so tonight. Now, wait a minute. Is there somebody else? Just give me a few minutes, please. Okay, no, that's an old. Okay, so now. Hi, Janice. Thanks for joining, everyone. Now, what's going on? It says I'm live, but I can't even hear myself. Okay, so now, why is there a delay? Hi, Janice. Thanks for joining, everyone. Now, what's going on? It says I'm live, but I can't even hear myself. Okay, so now, why is there a delay? Hi, Janice. Thanks for joining, everyone. This is really odd. Now, what's going on? It says I'm live, but I can't even hear myself. Okay, so now, why is there a delay? Wow. Hi, Janice. Thanks for joining, everyone. This is really odd. Now, what's going on? It says I'm live, but I can't even hear myself. Okay, so now, why is there a delay? Wow. Hi, Janice. Thanks for joining, everyone. This is really odd. Now, what's going on? It says I'm live, but I can't even hear myself. Okay, so now, why is there a delay? Wow. Hi, Janice. Thanks for joining, everyone. This is really odd. Oh. What's going on? Okay, I had two windows open. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am being, maybe that's why this is the subject of tonight is anxiety. I'm like, what is going on? Why are there, did you hear that? Like you could hear, like there was an echo, and it was the same thing, right? Oh my gosh. Hi, Carol. Thank you, everyone that stayed with me to hang out, to figure this out. I'm like, what is it? I'm so glad I didn't start cussing because I sure felt like it. And Nicole knows exactly what I was going to do. I was about ready to shut down and reconnect, and then I saw I actually had two windows open. Hi-yi-yi. So welcome, everyone. It's been a while, hasn't it? I am back from Puerto Rico. I was over there. I went over there to support one of my clients in a vision quest. And I am back now, and more expanded, maybe. trying to think of the words. Thank you for the likes. And please put the likes and the hearts across the screen. Let me know that you are, and feel free to bring on any questions, to ask anything that you want. Even though for tonight, we're going to be talking about anxiety. As I actually had I don't get that very often. I don't get that very often at all. And thank you for the hearts and the likes. And go ahead and yeah, I'm cracking up too. It's okay, Nicole. It's okay. I'm cracking up because, like, is this a little test for me? Because I was getting perturbed. So, because nothing was working. My other computer is not working. I'm like, well, if I have to go on with my phone, I'm just going to go on with my phone. But one thing about that is there's these tiles on the side that don't let you have the full picture. And then when people look at it again, it's like, well, why is Tammy just like right here instead of the whole screen? So I really, really, really wanted to figure this out tonight. So tea time with Tammy on Friday night. And now my tea is not hot, but that's okay. I'll still drink it. And so I was just taking a deep breath. So everybody just take a deep breath. Let's all just take a deep breath together. Because sometimes that also, this is one of the things I do with my clients when I get on the phone with them. Whether it's one-on-one or whether it's group work, taking a deep breath allows our hearts to connect to each other. And in the background, you're going to hear, we got peacocks. And it's nighttime, right? Okay, wrong way. It's nighttime. Now it's dark. And they talk to each other. And there's Butterball. Because he goes around the farm and he makes sure they're safe. At first, people would think, well, why is he chasing the birds? So he's not. Well, he kind of is, but he's doing it as a protective mode to get them to fly up because we have critters around here, critters that will try to get them. So, and since I have the window open, it's really cool out. It's only like in the 50s. And so that's why I have on my shawl. I thought I saw a hole. My shawl that I got while I was in France last year on a sacred journey trip. And that's actually what this vision quest was for me too, was a sacred journey in Puerto Rico, in the jungle, that had been cleared previously for those of us that were showing up. And it was a great experience and in many ways, but also showed me more about myself. So, and the work that I'm doing and the work I did while I was there, working with new people. Hi, Elise. Thanks for joining. So tonight, talking about anxiety, I wanted to share this story with you because I don't get this very often, but I know women that do. I work with so many women that have anxiety. So about 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago, for those of you that don't know this, I live on a farm here in Kansas, and this farm has been in my husband's family for over 6 generations. Our grandchildren are the 6th generation to live here, if I have the math figure right. And so my husband Tim is driving one of the trucks with a tank on the back. So it's got a trailer on the back, and he's driving it to the co-op. He's driving it to another town, and the pickup just dies on him. So he calls me, and I have to get a chain. I have to get another pickup to go pull him home. And this one's a stick shift. So how many of you know how to drive a stick shift? It can be pretty interesting, right? Especially if you haven't driven one for a while, and then all of a sudden you have to get back in it. And it's like, my gosh. And then what if the knob is like loose and crooked? Then you got to figure out, okay, generally first is here, then you go down a second, then up is third, down is fourth, and oh yeah, and over and up is reverse, or vice versa. Sometimes over or down and to the left is reverse. So I had to kind of figure that all out again because the knob is falling off, and so all of this. And then I get to where Tim is. Yeah, it's pretty funny, right? and I'm figuring this all out, and I got the dog, Tim's dog, with me, Goose, because he just had to go, and he's a black lab. He's about 1.5 years old, and I'm driving over there. I find him because he went down a road that we normally don't go down, and we hook up the truck to bring it back. Now, let me preface this with, let me share with you, this is one of the things that Tim and I, like Tim would get pissed off. And then I would get pissed off at him years and years ago because I didn't speak my truth, ladies. Because if you've ever had the experience of pulling another vehicle behind you, it's interesting. Like the vehicle in the front goes a certain speed because the vehicle in the back, you can't go too fast because the vehicle in the back will then start swerving and has no control, can go out of control. The vehicle in the back has to watch the chain or the rope, but this one was chain in front of them because and we're on sand roads, because so you want it to stay straight and tight, right? You want to keep the tension in it. So let's just use this as the front vehicle and this as the back vehicle. So if the front, you gotta be on guard. You gotta be all there. Attention, all there. Not on your phone, not looking around. We're coming up to it. So Tim says, what do you want to do? You want to drive or pull? I'm like, and I spoke my truth, and I have been with him in this regard. I said, well, which way is going to least piss you off? Because least piss you off. And he just smiles at me. Hey, Janet, thanks for joining. So, and he just smiled like, hey, man, we both know this. This is one of those things that can piss you off like this. And so he smiled, and he's like, okay, I'll drive. Like, shit. Now I'm driving the pickup with the trailer on the back. And I can already feel anxiety come up. And I'm just like, okay, Tammy, just breathe. Just breathe. Because breath, women, breath is so much more important than what most people understand. Because when we deep breathe, we relax the heart. So we start driving, and he's going too fast. So then I have to, like, I'm doing the stick shift, have to try to get my phone so I can call him to tell him to slow down. And this is only like 30 miles an hour. That's how slow we're going, and that's still too fast. Because the trailer on the back with the tank is starting to swerve a little bit. So he starts to slow down, and we come up on this intersection, and there's a semi coming this way. So we're coming this way. There's a semi coming this way, a tractor coming this way, and we're coming this way. I'm like, Okay, Tammy, breathe. Okay, Tammy, breathe. Breathe, Tammy. Breathe, Tammy. So I'm talking to myself. And I'm blowing out, trying to calm myself. My heart is still racing. Everybody goes through the intersection, nice and smooth. Okay, I'm also asking my angels to come and help protect us, because we all have angels around us. We all have other, we have protectors with us. Whether you call them your spirit guides, we always have angels around us. However, these other entities that are here to protect us require our permission. They need us to say, please be here with me. Be here with me. Or like, so in the morning, I'll say, okay, hi angels, good morning. Be with me all day long. And if you need to intercede for me, please do on my behalf. Giving them full permission. I attempt to try to remember that every day, and I just realized I haven't been doing that every day. So yeah, right, Jenna? Oh Lord. So, okay, because there's a huge lesson here that I really, so continue to breathe. And we go through the intersection, and I start asking, because that is still there. These heart palpitations, and I'm like, what is going on here? Because this is deeper and more profound than I've ever remember having anxiety. And I do this in our work all the time, ladies. So I'm like, there's something here. There's something in here that wants to come through and wants to share. So I start asking it, because I can feel the fear. Because that's what anxiety really is. So really, what's under anxiety? It's fear. So fear of what? So I know this part, okay? So I know under anxiety is fear. There's something we are fearful of when we have anxiety. And it requires us to go there. In my experience, it required me in that moment to go there. So I started asking the fear, what's going on here? And before I go there, I want to make sure you all know that the work I do, and that is expanding more and more and more, is I am a soul retrieval guide. I help people to heal, not in just this lifetime, but lifetimes they have lived, different timelines that we're living or have lived. I do this kind of work. I do ancestral work where I actually get shown to go back in ancestral lineage lines to heal. And I'll share another story about that. But let's go through this. So I'm asking my heart. I'm asking actually the fear that's in my heart that's making this short breath. Because usually I can get through it. And I'm like, what is this fear? Fear, what do you want to say to me? And all of a sudden, because I also see in visions, I hear messages. I see in visions. I also sense, and I have other beings, even houses, even structures will speak to me. And immediately I received this vision of me as a person being tied up and being pulled behind a vehicle, like an old, like a wagon. Like, whoa. I knew, like, instantly I was shown that. So instantly I started I started clearing that. I started saying thank you for that moment of clarity, of that moment of being shown this. Because Janice, what I know it is, I believe in reincarnation because I know in the work I've done, not just with other clients, in my own experiences of me, of the healing work I've done on me, of the different, what I'm being shown, just of me, let alone all the clients I work with, which is astonishing. So what I would say, Janice, that it was another lifetime that I lived at a different time. And because of that never being healed or being able to speak of, okay, we carry that energy forward with us. Does that make sense, Janice? So just go ahead and I'm looking, and this is why I really wanted to go in more detail. I kind of glossed over this on a Facebook Live I'd done before. However, I'm noticing how anxiety is coming up in the people I'm working with, and there's reasons for it. It's not just take a pill. Is it with your same family? No, the family I have now in this lifetime, uh, that's not what I was given. No, this was probably hundreds of years ago. That's what I was shown. It was hundreds of years ago. So I was tied up and being pulled behind some kind of vehicle. We'll just call it that. A vehicle that looked like a wagon, and being pulled. So I go into that, and I'm healing it. I'm clearing it. I do the different processes I do, and it just that layer is now gone. It's gone. It's all good. It's like, and thank you for that. Thank you for showing me that. And then even more anxiety comes, and even more breathing. I'm like, okay, so something's still here. So I'm asking it again. And I'm like, and Janice, that's not to say that some of the people, so some people, like in the family I'm in, like for instance, I'll just share this, Janice, like with Tim. I know now, even though I left my marriage 5 years ago, and we did end up working it out, and we did come back together, and I wrote my book, The Second Start, Finding Joy in the New You, about me and a lot of our relationship, and what actually took me to saying no more, I'm leaving. That's a whole nother, but I know I had to. I know now that was the greatest gift I ever gave to Tim and my family, was me leaving. The second greatest gift for me was coming back, saying yes to my marriage and coming back. And now when Tim triggers me, because he kind of did tonight, but it really wasn't his fault, because I didn't explain to him what I wanted. But now I know to, even though it's still, doesn't happen all the time, I say thank you for those triggers. I know that's why Tim and I are together, because I'm here to work out my triggers. And he certainly can trigger me, but he certainly can also fill my love bucket, which he did the other day by simply doing the dishes. Yeah, he did the dishes. He literally put his hands in the water and washed the dishes because our dishwasher is broken. And that happened while I was in Puerto Rico. Okay, so coming back to, okay, so the first layer shows me this. And then I still have the anxiety. And I'm like, so there's something else there. I know there's, and it's deeper. It's deeper, ladies. And so I go even deeper and I ask it, what else is there that you want to share with me? Because see, this is something else I learned a long time ago. Our soul, which so many people are not connected with their souls wholly together. There's so many times our soul has fragmented off. So in that moment of that vision, my soul, the pieces of my soul had fragmented. And I know that's part of my purpose here in this lifetime, to find and reclaim and gather all those pieces of my soul that want to come back together in unity, in communion, and wholeness with me now. And that is also what I help women especially to do. Men too, but especially women. I know that's part of my soul purpose. So as I'm asking, so as I did the first layer that was shown to me, I recalled all those fragmented soul pieces back to me. So now my soul is like, okay, I'm going to show her the next layer. And the next layer, like, went even older, and I could feel it. I could feel it more ancient. And I know that I was one of the greatest healers that lived on earth at one time. Not a facilitator of healing, okay? And the next one was such an old ancient type wagon that had women in it with bars, and I'm being pulled again, but there's other women with me being pulled behind this wagon. And see, as I'm sharing this, it's showing me this again. And I'm not that I have anxiety, but this is actually showing me a bigger version. And because we were, as the women I was with, we were being condemned. And as soon as I started clearing that, not only did it help me, and I didn't even have to know the women that were with me, but it was helping these women too. That took, so think about this. That drive with Tim was maybe 30 minutes. So all of this is happening within a 30-minute context. Within a 30-minute context. And I really wanted to share this because when we experience anxiety, hi Angela, thanks for joining. There is something else underneath that. It's our body showing us, sharing with us, telling us, would you please pay attention? That there's something in there that wants to come up, that wants to be witnessed, that wants to be shared, that wants to say, will you see me? Will you allow me to talk to you so you can recognize me? Now, I will tell you, a couple years ago, there's no way I could have done this myself. 5 years ago, I would have had to reach out to somebody. This was really deep, deep, deep work. But because, and you ladies have seen this, I say, living in joy is an inside job. And some people, and I understand this, because how do you get from this anxiety-ridden, like controlling life, feeling, thought, emotion, because I know anxiety can do that to you. And most people not knowing, how do I get out of that? I'm 56 now, almost 57. This month, the month of May is my birth month, so I celebrate all month long. And so how do we get out of that? Nobody ever taught me that. It was go to the doctor and get a pill. Well, I've always had this something about me. Thank goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this gift of, I don't want the Band-Aid effect. So when anxiety takes control, there is a message in there. There's a message that desires to be revealed. That last vision I was given while I was driving. While I'm driving and paying attention. So my focus is here, and I'm seeing all of this happen, like in my mind's eye. And because my soul trusts me to bring that forth. Because it wants to become whole. So I share this with you women to let you know that there is a way to heal this. In my experience, there's ways that we can heal ourselves. And it's not always easy, but it's so worth it. Had I not done the inner work that I've done so far, there's no way I could have done that by myself while I'm driving, being pulled in a pickup behind Tim. And now, because we've been married 39 years, so we have pulled vehicles. Let's just say 2 times a year, every year that we've been married. So well over close to 100 different times we've been in those situations. Whether it's another vehicle, whether it's a tractor, whether it's, pull the lawnmower, but somebody's pulling something. And what I was shown this last time, that has never, ever come up before. So it also taught me that I've been doing so much deep work that now it's ready. Like something else was ready within me to come forth. That wants to show up, that wants to be healed, that wants to be witnessed. And that's why I wanted to share this with you, because it's such a prevalent story. It's so new, it's so real. And these things really happen. Hi, Anna Marie. Hey, Sherry. Thanks for joining, ladies. I think I said hi to you, Angela, didn't I? I missed you, girl. So I know for some of you, this can be really new work. This can be new. Some of you grew up with me, around me, and are like, really? Tammy does this? Where I live in outside of Hays, Kansas, on our farm, just 2 years ago when I did a workshop locally in person, another woman that came to, she's probably my age, came to the workshop, and I'm doing some different things in the workshop, and she's like, "You're from here? You live here? And nobody's trying to burn you at the stake?" See, there's that mentality that is around here. And I know it's time for me to, that's something else that came through so strong. And I'm getting that message right now, as I'm on here with you, that it's time to shine even brighter. There's so many women that don't know the work I do and that want to heal. And this is also why I do what I do, and I'm putting myself out there bigger. I haven't shared stuff like this even in this group to this degree, to this I had somebody share something with me. They said, "Tammy, maybe most of the women can't even fathom of what does it mean to be in joy." Start sharing some of the things of where you've been and how you worked through that to show them how you got to the joy. And joy doesn't always mean giddy and high, like all the time. But that's another subject for another time. It's more of living in the state of joy, when you can turn things around really fast. Like my husband triggered me tonight, and I turned it like within 2 minutes, turned it around, and saw that was on me. But thank you for that awareness. So if any of you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the text chat. And thank you, Carol. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So, and if you like what I'm saying, if you're, whether or not you're whether or not you understand it, but maybe there's something about it that you're resonating with. If you want a session, just reach out to me, send me a private Facebook message, or even put it in this text chat, and I'll share more with you one-on-one, or ask me something here. Bring what's bothering you right now. Does somebody even have something that we can go into a healing thing right now? And have you because there's more than different lifetimes. There's curses, there's demons that I help clear those, and there's just other things that I do. And I will tell you, ladies, that every single person that I have ever worked with, which is astonishing, everyone, because I stay on the phone until we're there, 100% success for them in the moment. So if you have anything you want to ask right now, go ahead, type it in the text chat, or put some hearts and likes across the screen to let me know that this is a subject that you like talking about. Because I feel this, I worked with somebody recently, and okay, I'm just asking which one to share. because I have permission, but not to use their name. So I one of the ladies, there was a dog that was at the Vision Quest that was not used to a lot of people being around, and he was very, very protective. And even though he seemed nice, he had some stuff going on inside of him. And one of the ladies he bit hard, like punctured her hand. It swelled up, so I did some work on her hand. And this is one of the things. So this is the way sometimes how I work, how I'm guided to work with somebody. And this is what came up with her is, so it's her right hand. Okay, so cancel that. Let's just say it's her. Okay, it was the hand that is the male dominant side. I don't want to get the right and left mixed up, but I think it was because I'm trying to think of how we were sitting. Anyway, I'm working with her, and what comes through immediately, issues with her dad, because she was telling me about the dog, how the dog seemed really nice, was following her around all day, and she reached out to pet him, and he bit her. So what came through as I worked with her and moving the energy from her hand, and this does not have to be in person. Usually I work with most people over the phone. What came through was how often, because she was lacking on boundaries, how often does she have somebody in her life that seems nice, seems okay, she doesn't have enough boundaries, and she gets bitten, or she gets betrayed, or she gets abandoned, or whole lifetime of this kind of mentality. Had something going on with her dad. So she also needed to hear that I gave her permission that just because somebody is our parent doesn't mean we have to be how do I say this? Just because somebody is our parent doesn't mean we have to be in their life. We can choose if somebody that you are born into the family of, and they are, hey Kathleen, thanks for joining, and they are not the best for you, you have every right. And she needed to hear that from me. She needed to hear me say, you have full permission to not push, to not be around your dad so much. So we unwound the cord between her and her dad. And we also cleared a contract she had with her dad from a previous lifetime. The next day, the swelling in her hand was almost gone. I also worked with somebody else. So this is how, this is also over there. And this was very, very interesting. This was the first time something this magnitude with this client came through. Was as we were working together, he told me of another he just had a session with somebody else that gave him information, and he had to work through that, work through it. I'm like, nah, no, we can handle this right now. Let's, and so we went into that deep dive, and it was a curse that had been with him and his family 5 generations back. where one of his ancestors ended up slaying a medicine man. And so the tribe of the medicine man put a curse on this man. But this man did it because of the people in their little village or group or town or whatever, they were scared. They were scared of what they did not know. Do not fear what you do not know. That was one of the things. So this ancestor came through. This medicine man came through while we were working together. It was so cool. And they talked. And so they're giving me all this information, and I'm sharing it with my client that's sitting right across the table from me. And mind you, again, this is only because I was in person. This does not have to happen in person. Whew. So here's the ancestor. Here's the medicine man. Because this ancestor realized what he did after the fact. So much forgiveness happened. So much forgiveness happened. This medicine man then turns to his indigenous tribe, because then it opened up, like the vision opened up even more to this indigenous tribe. Because he helped us to release the curse. And this ancestor was so apologetic, was so what's the right word? Was so sorrowful of his action. And this medicine man was so forgiving and understanding. And it was just so beautiful. So then as he turned to his indigenous tribe, and Grant, remember, this is like five lifetimes ago, 5 generations back. And tells the tribe that, and the vision I got of the tribe, they're all sticks, like pencils. That it's time to release the curse. That this man did not know what he was actually doing. And the vision that, like, the medicine man just spoke to this whole, to his tribe. And they started to understand. And all of a sudden, I just saw all these pencils, they're sticks, just like they started blooming, like flowers started popping up off of like on the top of them. Boom, 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 flowers, like, and then there was, oh my gosh, it was amazing. The healing that can happen when we allow ourselves to go there, when we find that right person that can help guide us there, that can walk beside us, that can, like, because I would tell you, ladies, I got your back. And I know how scary it can be. And the freedom my client felt, like, that took us an hour. And done. Complete. Released, transmuted, healed, forgiveness. All of that. So quick. So deep, so profound. It's a whole tribe of indigenous people were being healed on that level. And And I share this with you as like examples because I know some of you that are on here don't realize the depth of the work that I do, and that is expanding. That was a first time for me of that degree, of where it wasn't just the lineage. It went like into the whole, like a whole tribe. I don't know. How many of you can feel energy? How many of you on here can feel energy? Just do a heart and a like across the screen if you can. That way I know that this is something you want to, because I really feel this amazing energy coming through. That's why I'm asking. And I just want to share with you that I appreciate you so much of being on here tonight. And if you have any, because this is astonishing work. This is such astonishing work. And I'm here to support you however I can. I know the energy in our group, in this group, is changing, is up-leveling. Wow. Kathleen, that's incredible. Because I did not know why I was supposed to share this story tonight. Because you're right, that's a piece I need to share. Because how Kathleen's saying right now, interesting. When I came in, when I was a medicine man and was killed, the soul could not pass and came in asking for forgiveness. So that's also what was happening in this ancestry and in my client's ancestry. Like this, oh yeah, this one. His ancestor was stuck, could not move on. Could not move on. Like this healing had to happen. Had to. For now both can return back to their original, most divine love of what they were created from. There's so much love right now in this moment. That is extending out through this screen to all of you. So this is what's coming through to say right now to all of you. So true. It's like it's a galactic. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. We are here for you. You are not alone. And I know that's part of the purpose of what I'm here for. Because when I started coming into my gifts, like I knew I had them when I was a teenager, but then having my son, being a 17-year-old teenage mom, and getting married all in a senior in high school, not having a female role model, had to figure this all out on my own pretty much. I had spiritual guidance, that's for sure, but didn't really know it to the degree I know it now. Feel it like I do now. But I remember the pain of trying to figure this all out on my own. Because where I live, there is, okay, so cancel that. Where I live, I am still searching and asking for those people to be shown to me that do this kind of work, that do their own kind of work. And actually, Kathleen, which is still almost 2 hours away from me, she's probably the closest person I know. But this is very rare, as far as I know, in this area of this work I do. So I know what it's like to start to realize these different things about ourselves. And we have no one. We think we have no one to turn to and talk to about it. Or if we do turn to someone, they think we're crazy, off the rocker. Has been my experience. And but anyway, I just got a message that my battery's going low. So, and it's almost been an hour. I don't want to keep this over an hour. I just want to share this with you, that I'm here for you. I want to make this work so much quicker for all of you. Quicker, 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 more profound, more deep than what it was for me. I know that's part of my soul purpose also. Don't let it take 10, 15, 20 years to get to that point of where you're truly living in joy and loving, absolutely loving the life you're living. This is Tammy Lee with Transforming the Joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here with me tonight. Make sure, know that you are welcome to tag people on this video as soon as it's up in our group. Invite other people over into our group. I am changing the name of the group. The entity of this group, the entity that it is, has told me it's time to change my name, Tammy. It's time to change my name. So I'm allowing it to tell me. I pretty much think I know what it's going to be, but I'm going to really go into that again and ask it, is this what you want to be called? It's time to ignite our joyful heart, ladies. I love you. I got your back. I'm here for you. Thank you so much. This is Tammy Lee with TransformingTheJoy.com. Peace. Breathe. Remember to breathe.